Welcome, everybody. Bonjour à tout le monde. Thank you for joining us again for my podcast, 10 glasses, 10 questions and a glass of champagne. The other way around would be a mess. I have the champagne here. As usual, we drink it at the event. So, yeah, since we cannot do it face to face as initially was planned with Craig, our invited today, we will do it and we will drink this champagne at the conference. So today we have with us Craig Campbell, one of the persons I follow on the social media more because I myself started as an SEO as well 15 years ago. Not there anymore, but you are still in the industry. I'm following you since a while. Sorry, but you see my emotions are already coming out. Seeing that nice prize from YouTube behind your head, it's a really great accomplishment, and I'm so happy and proud of you. And I think you deserve it. And yes, please introduce yourself for the public, Craig. And thank you for coming.
Thank you, Florin. So for anyone who hasn't heard of me, my name is Craig Campbell. I am based in Glasgow over in Scotland, and I've been in the SEO space for 22 years now. So I'm a bit old, an old dinosaur in the SEO industry. I got in very early into the game, and fortunately, I still find myself utilizing SEO to make money online. Obviously, like Florin, you move around, you do different things. I haven't quite moved away from SEO as such, but I have been the freelancer working in my bedroom. I have owned my own digital marketing agency. I do a lot of affiliate marketing, but today I normally just buy and sell e-com stores, whatever digital asset I can get my hands on. If I can add value to it, scale it up in terms of money, and then flip it on, that is pretty much my business model now. So obviously, Florin, you've moved on to bigger and better things, but I'm still not trapped. I wouldn't say trapped, but I stick to what I'm comfortable with, and that's pretty much where I'm probably going to remain for the foreseeable future.
I really like the way you pivot in your career. I mean, yes, you stick to the SEO, and then I will tell you a little bit how I arrived into this part from the SEO. But you still, like, just by having this idea of purchasing stores, e-commerce, that you maybe see struggling, and from a SEO potential, from a SEO point of view, it has potential. You can optimize it and scale the traffic and then sell it. This is a real nice business model, in my opinion. And of course, is thanks to your experience in SEO and all your all the you saw A/B tests done in the past, because SEO is a lot of A/B testing. It's a lot of studying. It's a lot of saying on the following the trends, and be a friend with Google. And but it's not that I don't see you as you remained in a trap. I see that you evolved into this. I mean, you came even closer to the industry. You attacked another niche. So you are providing services to companies. You are still doing your affiliate marketing stuff. And on the side, you are buying e-commerce stores, optimizing them, and then sell them for a greater value, which is business. Some people buy real estate. You are buying stores.
Well, the way that I see this, Florin, is if I've got just a random example, but let's say I've got $200,000, I can buy a house and I can rent that house out for $1,200 a month. $1,200 a month is all I'm going to get. For the same $200,000, I could buy an e-com store and I could make between $5,000 and $7,000 a month. Pure profit, no, bathrooms needing refurbished or, anything like that. So, it's one of those things. You have to enjoy the game you play. Going to real estate, yes, Google is not hitting it with an update every other couple of months. However, you know, if that's the skill set that you have and you believe that you're good at what you do, then it's a much better use of finances. And a lot of people are scared of that. And there's no real reason to be scared unless you're doing something that you maybe shouldn't be doing. But realistically, and again, I've done a lot of, you know, black hat tricks and things and blown websites up. And a lot of people see me as super black hat. The reality is, when my money is on the line, I'm actually very clean in what I do, and that is really, really important to emphasize. I'm not out there, you know, investing £200,000 in a website with the view of blowing that up. Why would I ever do that? So again, if you do the right things, and sometimes I don't even do SEO on some of these websites. Sometimes it might be easier to just do paid ads, some paid social media, build up an email list, and make money that way. You know, I showed it in Dubai. You know, there's a website where I can spend £1,000 a day on paid ads, and I can make five. Now, why do I not grow and scale that? Only in paid ads. Forget about SEO. Just on purely utilizing my money. So if I can get that level of return, it's insane not to spend 2,000 a day, 3,000 a day. Unfortunately, the niche that's in, I can't spend 3,000 a day because there's just not enough traffic or search for that business. However, um, you know, spending 1,000 to get 5,000 a day seems to be the the limit I can get to in that particular niche. But can I replicate that in a bigger niche? You know, that's the mindset that you have to have.
True, true. And speaking about media buying, paid ads, and campaigns, our conference. I don't know if you know, but we are mostly focused on media buying on this conference, and you are actually the first person which comes to speak about SEO, just because I know how much value is out there, combining all these tools to generate traffic and not just sitting on one of them. And because we both know, when Google gets mad and comes out with an update, your website, even you can be the whitest SEO guy in the world, you could be penalized just by for a small thing, and you could
Yeah.
maybe be back in 6-8 months or never, just because you did like a small mistake. Media buying is media buying. That's it. It's an A/B testing continuously. The important thing is to have the right product and target the right people for this product. And of course, it's a shame, it's a pity for someone just to rely on a specific traffic source if you have the skills.
Yeah.
So, and e-commerce, again, our niche, we are mostly concentrating our efforts, and all the let's say sponsors we have, or most of them, are e-commerce owners, cash on delivery, direct advertisers which work in this industry. So I'm sure that you will really love the conference and all the aspects regarding it. And thank you again for accepting my invite to come and share your knowledge with us. I'm sure everybody will appreciate that, and there's a lot of value that you can put on the stage. I followed some of your speeches, even from the one you did from the affiliate world, either some other conferences where I found them. Then on your YouTube channel, of course, you have a lot of content which you are distributing for free for everybody who wants to learn. So guys, follow him, because really it's one of the resources of knowledge in this industry that doesn't come. It should be, I mean, some people could say it's too beautiful to be true, but it is, because you are sharing the knowledge while you are doing also money on the other side. So you are balancing the two things, and I'm glad of that. Okay, so let me explain you the format of this podcast. We have a total of 20 questions. I will access this nice page here in the Affiliate Expo website. We have a total of 20 questions we gathered, some from the social media, some we came up with them. We will place them into this tool and we will randomly select 10. You will get 3 minutes to answer each question. Okay, so I will read you the question, then I will start the timer.
Cool.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. What are your thoughts on AI and how do you think it will influence the future of this industry?
I think the latest update has shown that Google doesn't like AI content from an SEO perspective. I think I have always sat in the fence. I am probably one of the only SEOs who have not tried to force AI down people's neck. I've always been concerned that utilizing it would come back to cause problems, and this update has shown that. Now, AI is amazing for a lot of other things other than SEO. Can you use AI to do your social media posts? Can you use AI to do a lot of things? Of course you can. And I think it's amazing. It allows things to work at scale. It's just not suitable at present from an SEO perspective because it's very repetitive. You know, I have tried and tested AI and I put pure AI websites out there and they get maybe 6 months maximum and then they fall off a cliff. Google comes along and just wipes that out. Now, you as a user have to think Google is being inundated with pages and pages and pages of trash AI content. You have to do more. You have to make video content. You've got to make this all real. Nothing in life is going to come that easy that makes you a lot of money. And for me, the AI has given people the opportunity to try and basically flood the internet with nonsense in the hope of making money. And Google is going to counter that. It makes no sense for them to accept it. And I think that is how I see AI from an SEO perspective only. I'm not dismissing it for writing your emails, using AI to do social media posts, whatever. I think it will be great, and it's getting better all of the time. And we can even see AI images and everything else are, you know, month by month, they're getting better. So I love it. I love technology, but sadly not suitable for SEO content.
Maybe just to help you out with the research, but that's pretty much it. You need to
Yeah.
come with your own version
Yes.
when you create content for the users. Amazing. Thank you for that. I think it was a really complete answer. And it's the first time I hear this from an SEO point of view from someone. Thank you for that. For me, it's a really valuable information. I can tell you right away. What's one thing that has impressed you the most in the past 10 years?
Impressed me the most. The the most impressive thing for me would be the ability to utilize YouTube and various other things, for example. Now, I was always a guy who never wanted to be the face of anything. I didn't want to be in camera. I didn't want to be the face on my website. When I had an agency, I wanted to remain the guy in the background. Now, what impressed me was my I'm not trying to say I'm impressed by myself, but when I done my first speaking event, live speaking event, I was covered in sweat. I was so nervous, but I done it. And what impressed me is how people buy into people. People don't just want to buy into affiliate Expo, for example. They will buy into the people that are behind it, how they treat people, how they are with people, the knowledge that they have. No one cares about the brand Affiliate Expo. And I didn't really realize that at the time when I was doing speaking, but I thought I wanted to try it, and it worked very, very well for me. And I never thought for a second that people would want to watch my YouTube videos or they would want to follow me in social media. So one thing that's impressed me is the ability to diversify your brand, if you like. You know, don't just sit behind a blog and don't talk to anyone. Go out, network, talk to people, share knowledge. The things that I've learned whilst traveling to conferences is insane. The people I've met that are really good at a specific thing is insane. And that is something that I kick myself very hard, because I've only done this stuff for the last 7 years. I'm 22 years into the industry. I spent 15 bloody years hiding, and I can't believe how far I've grown in the last 7 years. I have made the most money in the last 7 years. I have built a nice audience, and that is what's impressed my brain by going, I was never going to do this. But sometimes you need to go into a uncomfortable zone.
True, true. But I don't think that you lost the 15 years, in my opinion, if I can put mine. I think those 15 years you took to train yourself and to get all the knowledge, and some of the people that you've met in the way, because at the end, even if you are the most charismatic person and you are full of knowledge, if you go to a conference where you don't know literally anyone, it will be hard for you. If it will be hard to get yourself noted in any way with your service.
Yeah.
Even if you are like a box full of an AI, a human AI, you need to have some connections, that you need some people that when you go there, they introduce you to some other people, which introduce you to some other people, which introduce you to some other. So it becomes a chain of human connection. Every time you go to these conferences, you meet more and more people. Your like, let's call it database, it's duplicated maybe every time or even more, and the connections that you do with the persons. And those 15 years, in my opinion, were your preparation years, the years you prepared yourself for this. You did great, and I'm so happy for you, really.
Yes.
Perfect. What's the if you want to reply to this, okay, otherwise don't. What is the largest amount of money you have generated in a single month, and how did you achieve it?
So I don't like to throw figures around. I'm not that guy. But I would say mid six figures. And how did I achieve it? One of the biggest websites I've got in terms of revenue, believe it or not, the trick that I played to achieve that was I leveraged other affiliates. Now, like you've just mentioned, Florin, I've gained a hell of a lot of experience over the first 15 years of my career. I always knew content and links were the forefront of SEO. How could I make a whole bunch of people build links to my website? Leveraging affiliates. And I leveraged other affiliates from day one. And they were basically built. Obviously, when I've got affiliates on board, they're linking to my website. Now, yes, they're getting commission, but the traffic, the content that they were producing, the amount of links they done basically propelled me into a position I never thought I would be in. And if anyone watched my presentation, or I've done this in a few presentations, 65% of my traffic to this day comes from affiliates. Now, I have basically made them become my team of link builders, content creators, That's how you do things on a massive scale. So you're using your knowledge. Now, yes, I still do paid ads. Yes, I still do SEO. But the amazing thing is SEO actually only accounts for 10% of the traffic on that particular website. So if Google was to take action, I've lost 10% of that revenue. It's not the end of the world. And again, that was purely utilizing my experience and knowledge of how SEO works. And I thought, how can I make all of this happen quickly and easily? And that was the leverage in affiliates.
So you have an affiliate network basically as well, an affiliate program. Okay, yeah. That's interesting. Okay, let's proceed. Next element. What are you expecting from the Affiliate Expo conference in Milan?
Very hard to say what I expect on a newer event, but I myself have had new events, and I know that people who put on events are doing their best to do something different. They're trying to bring different aspects of learning. I know it's not an SEO conference, which is what I like. And I've said for many years, I want to stop doing so many SEO specific conferences. I personally want to add value at affiliate conferences, business conferences, entrepreneurs. That is the audience I want to develop. I'm as well known as I'll ever be in the SEO space, but it's a new audience. I am expecting great things. Having had a look at the website, the speakers, and everything else, I know it will be an amazing event, but it's going to be different from the norm for me because, like you say, there's going to be paid media buyers. There's going to be a bit of this, a bit of that. But for me, that's what you want as an entrepreneur. I do not want to only hear people talking about SEO and AI. Oh, I want to know what you're doing, how you're making money. Can I steal some of that information and implement it into my own business? And that is what I would expect from this type of conference in Milan. And also, I am expecting some good weather, some fun parties, and stuff like that. I have been to Milan before to one of your friends. I was asking him about this conference, Marco, who has MB Summit, which is always in a November. And every time I've been to Milan, it has always been cold, really cold. So I'm expecting good weather as well. And like I say, I've experienced Milan, lovely place. I used to always watch AC Milan as a kid, so I'll be going back to the San Siro, do a bit of sightseeing as well. And I'm expecting overall to have a good, fun few days with everything. So massively looking forward to it. And again, new audience. That's what I want. Different people to talk to, people I've never met. So all of those things tick a hell of a lot of boxes for me personally.
So all the lists you have put in, we ticked everything, and let me explain you why. You want to learn how other people are making money. We have a mastermind session with people which are doing money, doing media buying on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. People which are doing 6-7 figures a month. This is how much they spend. These guys are coming and sharing their knowledge with the public, and we have this mastermind, which I think is kind of unique in this industry. I didn't saw other conferences doing masterminds like this. And the people which are coming are real affiliates which are doing real amounts of money. It's not that there are some guys which released a course somewhere selling it for 2,000-3,000 euro, and they're trying to sell it again to this audience. No, these guys are coming for free. They are helping us. We don't pay them. They come to share experience. They come to help, just like you. They come to help, to share their experience with the public, to help other people making money or improve their monthly earnings and their life overall situation. Second, great parties, you will love it. Third, it will be hot in summer. November is cold. Yes, I know. Milan is cold in November. In summer is hot, and we will have a VIP gathering in the last day on the 8th, on Saturday, and we will go on the Lake Maggiore, which is near Lake Como.
Oh,
Basically, it's a really, really exclusive area. And if you've been to Milan and never visited those parts, this will be the first time you will remain amazed of that. It's really amazing.
yeah.
Looking forward to that. Next question. What was the biggest challenge you have encountered so far on your road to success?
The biggest challenge that I found in the first 15 years of my career is was me letting go of control of the workflow. That was the biggest thing. Now, like most people, they'll be able to resonate with this story. I was just a general guy, started out, hired a sales guy, hired a web guy, hired this, that, the next thing. I wasn't a businessman. I didn't really understand business. I didn't really understand people. And I was it's subconsciously a bit of a control freak. I wouldn't delegate that well. I didn't trust people. Everything had to come through me. And that halted the growth of my business and had quite a severe impact on my health after a period of time. And I had to let go. No one was ever going to do the work to the way or the standard that I, in my head, wanted. And until you realize that, and you realize that you're a control freak, and that you need to set up the right processes, the right systems, and be more hands-off with the ins and outs of all the grunt work, then you're not going to be able to scale and grow. And that took me a long, long time to do it. So when I had an agency, I would have a team of content writers, but I wanted to check everything. I wanted to put that content on the website. I wanted to do it my way. But when you're doing that and then you're doing everything else within the business, you're under so much pressure and there's no time to relax, no time to switch off. And of course, that turns into, after a period of time, you can't sleep at night, you can't switch off, and that leads to health issues, with anxiety and all sorts of stuff. So I went through all of that, not realizing that, Craig, the bottleneck in the business is you. You are a douchebag. You have to let go. You have to get to grips with delegation, trusting people. And that is the biggest thing that I was able to overcome, and the biggest thing that I really struggled to overcome. Anything, hiring a member of staff, easy peasy, fire them, easy peasy, making money, fairly easy. This was the biggest problem for me.
Totally agree. And I resonate with you here because I had the same issue in the first years of my career as well. When I transitioned from being an affiliate, because I didn't even, I told you that I will tell you how I arrived here and I didn't make it. So I was an affiliate SEO. I was generating important numbers for most of these networks, which were at that time. And I was going to these conferences and I opened my eyes and I saw all these guys flashing money around. I said, I want to be part of that. How can I be part of that? I understood that I need to build my products. So diversifying, build my products, open an affiliate network, and having the traffic to SEO. So these three pieces, putting them together. So with a team of 4 people, we started an affiliate network. We started to develop our tracking system and everything. This is actually what Traffic Manager is today. Is the result of that tracking platform built for us at that time. Now, okay, at a different other level, because with all the clients we have, they're always requesting stuff. So we grow like exponentially in terms of features. But anyway, long story short, same thing here. I was afraid to delegate. I was the one which should like control the affiliates, control the traffic, optimize. When they were sending, take the money from the advertisers, invoice the advertisers, check the numbers with everybody. So I was not delegating. I was one of my colleagues and I was also checking everything on the website. We were in 4, and I was trying to do the work of 3 of them. If I would be able also to code at that time, I think I would also try to code inside the platform, but that was my fortune. I didn't know how to code. And we had this partner of ours, Francesco, which is still associated with me in Traffic Manager, which was coding. But I was, building with him all the features that we need. I was like basically a sort of an architect of the first features of this platform. Anyway, I was killing myself. I was not sleeping, same stress, everything. I was always nervous, always like ready to fight with people over small stuff, even online with affiliates. That's not the way to go, guys. You need to delegate. If you have team guys which are team players and they try to help you, delegate as much as possible. Don't over delegate though. I mean, follow them in their growth, and put all the, as you said, systems in place and scale. I mean, if you have a business which needs you 100% of the time, you don't have a business. That's a job. Nice. Next one. Name one tool, software or service that completely changed your business life, and explain how.
God, there's so many of them. That's tough. The one that I'm going to throw out there would be SEMrush, and probably not for the reasons that you're going to expect.
Okay.
But at the start of my building my personal brand, SEMrush asked me to appear on I spoke at an event, an online event. SEMrush got in contact and asked me if I would be in a webinar. And from there, they liked me, they liked my style. And I used to be the host of SEMrush webinars. I used to speak at events on behalf of SEMrush. So SEMrush used to pay me to speak at different events when their main speaker was at another event. So SEMrush probably gave me the kickstart to building my own personal brand. And I'm not sure if they know that. They probably do. They're not daft. But, that relationship that I had with SEMrush and, the exposure, SEMrush built me up and then left me to go on and then fend for myself. So SEMrush, the experiences that they gave me, in terms of building my personal brand, because I was unknown, like most people are at the start, and I was very quickly given an opportunity with an industry-leading software. And obviously, I love the tool. I've always been a user, the keyword research, the develop, the site audits, all of the tools that are in SEMrush are amazing. So I use the tool genuinely on a day-to-day basis, but the reason that I'm saying this is obviously they helped me promote my personal brand. And like I said to you, from building that personal brand, the opportunities, the businesses that I've started, and the exposure I've got, and everything else, the network that I've got, was helped and initially kickstarted by SEMrush, and that has, of course, changed my business life, my contacts, my ability to even have be invited to come to Milan. That all started with being on SEMrush webinars, as a guy being asked questions, and then I was the guy asking the questions, and then I was put on at conferences. So that is my reason for mentioning SEMrush.
Got it. I know SEMrush really well. I mean, what SEO guy in the world doesn't know SEMrush? It's a great tool. We need to give them. We need to give Caesars what Caesars. So it's an amazing tool. Before SEMrush and similar tools, because it's not the only one, there were nothing. We guys needed to either go and study the keyword research using the keyword planner of AdSense at the beginning. Then well, a lot of changes happened. So for us, it was SEO right now. Yeah, it's more difficult, but you have more tools. When we started, it was more like an intuition thing. You needed to kind of, I think this works. I think this not. Let's try and test. I remember I was attending the Google meetups from time to time, organized by Joe Mueller, and I was trying to ask questions more relevant to my niche. And at that time, I had some dating websites and some ecom, and it was like really hard to find all the information in one spot. So you needed to like do all this kind of researches in forums. And now with tools like SEMrush, you have everything SEMrush, and then there is also these other ones which gives you, it's provided by Google, like Lighthouse,
Yeah.
which gives you also a good overview over the website. Before you had nothing, zero. Amazing. And yeah, thanks SEMrush for the great let's say not fingerprint, but contribution that they left into the industry. Because they really did a great job, and they really helped people change their lives in good.
Yeah.
And get rid of the stress. Who is your favorite billionaire personality? Who is it and why?
Oh, Jesus Christ. There's there is one guy, and I don't know if you'll have heard of him. If you go to YouTube, Dan Pena, Pena.
Yes.
A lot of people are going to disagree and say that he's old, he's crazy, he's insane, the way he talks is nuts, and all of that kind of stuff. However, for me, Dan Pena is right on so many things. On so many things. You know, he talks about, you know, mindset, and you know, the guy is a billionaire, but it's the mindset of people. You know, he cuts through the BS and tells people they're basically pussies, if you want to say that. You know, and his style of doing it is, of course, very old school. He is ex-military, and some people won't respect the way that he talks. They won't enjoy the content. But from my perspective, there's different types of people out there. There's people who need to be wrapped up in cotton wool, and there's people who need a good kick up the ass and told some home truths. And I like that style that he does. I think he's very right in a lot. I'm not saying he's right with everything, but a lot of what he teaches, a lot of what he says, and quite literally the people that he throws out of his seminars and whatnot. You know, he'll fight with people, and his big thing is tough love works. You can't be you know, nice to people all the time. Oh, Florin, you know, it's okay. And someone needs to basically give you that, you know, now and again and say, you fucking dumb motherfucker. What the fuck is this? And I think anywhere in the world, a lot of people who want to progress in life sometimes, I'm not saying you need a physical slap, by the way, that's half a joke. But sometimes you need that kick up the arse, and for someone to aggressively say to you.
I totally agree.
So that is my favorite guy. I love his style, and that is some of the reasons why.
You made me very curious about him. I will follow him. I heard about him. I think I saw one or two shorts on YouTube with him, like really some motivational stuff, powerful motivational stuff. But I never follow him. I wasn't attracted to his content, maybe because I didn't saw enough. But yeah, now you made me very curious. I will check him out. Thank you for that. Okay, classical question. How did you end up into this industry?
So I hate telling this story. I feel as if I'm very repetitive. I was a real shitty web designer, or tried to be. in the like late 99. You know, when I grew up, Florin, I am 44 right now. Now, when I left school, it was 1997. I was 17, and that is the year that I got dial-up internet in the house. The internet was new, certainly in Scotland anyway. I don't know what year it came out in your place, but this internet came out, and I was quite mesmerized by the ability to even chat to people on MSN, whatever it may be. You know, I just loved online. It was all new, this big thing. Oh shit, we've got the internet. Let's go home and play around and look at your house on Google Earth. You're like, whoa, fuck, this is crazy. And from there, I obviously just developed you know, well, not developed, it was just new. You know, I loved the internet, and I didn't really know where I was going in my life because I'd just left school. I was in a few shitty jobs, and I thought, try this website shit. Like, what is this web design shit? And, you know, I messed around with some HTML, learnt a bit of HTML, pissed around with that, and I realized very quickly that I was really shit at it. You know, I had websites, and, you know, I knew how to make scrolling text go along the top of the website, and I thought I was the king of the world. And when I look back, you're just like, that's dog shit. But I found the web design side of things really stressful because people would always change their mind, and it was really stressful to. I didn't really know what I was doing, so I'm like, fuck this. And very quickly looked for an alternative way out. I still enjoyed the internet, and I was messing around in forums and whatnot, and started going down the SEO rabbit hole, and I was just looking and you know, participating in a forum. It was called the SEO chat forum, which was around in the you know, the 2000s and stuff like that. And I think it was quite prominent for about 10 years. And I learned a lot of my stuff on there, and it started going down the SEO rabbit hole. And before you know it, I stuck to it and didn't get away from it. So nothing spectacular. I just literally fell into it at the right time when the internet came out.
I don't think it wasn't spectacular because even for a 17-year-old kid, like, I'm trying to do the comparison with what's happening right now, right? Where AI is there, ChatGPT is there. There are a lot of tools which people could learn to deal with and make money with, right? We're not speaking about SEO. We're speaking about other stuff that you could do with AIs, including designs and image editing, so on and so forth. So this is coming there. I think in 1 or 2 years that will be taking over by the AI, maybe a little bit more. However, I don't see too many 17-year-old kids trying to understand AI, how to build a proper prompt, doing, for them, it's like they take it like granted. Oh, AI, whatever, yeah, it's ChatGPT, it's replying to my message. This is stupid. They don't understand you need to train it and this kind of, they just, it's giving two generic replies. Yeah, of course, you need to train it. But anyway, it's kind of the same situation with less resources though, because at that time you had, like you said, some forums, some people expressing their ideas in some forums that you were reading and participating. Now you have all the resources in the world and you don't see this interest. So I think it was quite impressive for a 17-year-old kid to go down that path and learn technology.
Yeah.
So for me, it's impressive. You started in 2000 though. I started in 2008 or 7. So you basically caught the period when with keyword stuffing and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't. For me, it was I got in the era of building links with directories.
Yeah.
Web directories.
We were doing social bookmarking, keyword stuffing, white text on the white background, all of the shit. And you were just like, I can't fucking believe this has worked. You know, bolding the fucking keywords and everything. It was just horrific. How easy it was to to rank. You know, you're pinching yourself. You're like, but this can't be some real shit here. What the fuck is this? But it was fun.
Yeah, I remember. This is how I also been motivated to proceed this path, because before being an SEO, doing SEO and affiliate marketing and SEO, I built my own website. Everything started. I was a bricklayer. I was working in the construction area, so bricklayer. I needed a website when I lived from Italy. I came back to Romania, and I needed a website. I needed to do myself some advertising, because no one was calling me. So I learned in Italy how to build a website and how to rank it in Google using directories. So when I arrived in Romania, in a country where it's a local language, it's not English, it's not something generic, so no competitors basically. I ranked my website for this kind of jobs on the first page for all the world. So I was contacted by companies like Lidl, like Kaufland, like all these big networks of big supermarket chains. They wanted us to build their new let's say location, which was huge. We're speaking about huge amounts of money, and I was one guy with a great website. So there I understood how powerful this thing is, and the marketing thing. I said, okay, I need to do something here, because I can do a lot of money just by placing guys on the first page of Google. This is how everything like run into my head. I totally get the feeling that you're pitching. You say, oh shit, I'm here. Okay, refresh. Your favorite city in Italy and why? You don't have one in Italy, pick one where you want.
I can only really say Milan. It's the only one I've been to. And I used to watch a lot of Italian football as a kid. And, you know, Inter Milan, AC Milan. I watched everyone. But, you know, over in the UK, we had Channel 4 who used to have Italian football on a Sunday. And, you know, one of my idols in the early 90s went to play for Lazio, but that's where Paul Gascoigne or Gaza went to Italy, and obviously had a big thing for Italian football because he was my hero. But always liked AC Milan in particular, just because they were the best team around at that time, and you know, they had some amazing players, and the San Siro and everything was just like you know, as a young kid watching all that was just like, whoa, this is the big dream for me. So Milan, I have been to. I have visited the San Siro, and I will visit it again when I go back. It's the only one I've been to. I have heard amazing things about Rome. I'm not really one of those guys that want to see the Vatican. I'm not into that type of, you know, looking at things. I like football. That, you know, that's my passion. But I'd love to see Lake Como as well. Again, I've had friends who have been out on boats and they've seen George Clooney's house there and all the all the usual touristy things. But it would have to be Milan, just because it's the only one that I've been to, and as I say, as a kid, you know, just thinking of Milan and the San Siro was always a big thing for me, just as a kid growing up. So that is why, not because, you know, we're speaking in Milan or anything like that, just genuinely as a kid. But Lake Como is the other, you know, if you say Craig, it can't be Milan. I don't even know if that's a city, but Lake Como is something that I would like to see. If you said to me, Craig, it can't be Milan, where is next on the list for Italy? I want to see Lake Como, and I want to go and see George Clooney's house.
That's like 50 kilometers from Milan. So it will be in our path to Lake Maggiore when we are going to our VIP gathering. But if you take one extra day, I will drive you through the Lake Como part. It's a really nice area. It's like at the border with Switzerland. So
yeah,
imagine. I would suggest you though, with your family at a certain point, to go to see the Amalfi Coast, which is on the south side, near Sorrento. I think the nearest airport is Sorrento. Don't rent a car though. Take a motor or a scooter or something, because the streets are so narrow that you will need like 3-4 hours to go through 20 kilometers of street. But the view, it's amazing. It's really breathtaking. So I suggest you to do that. Rome as well is really nice. The Eternal City. I mean, when you go there, it's not about going to see the Vatican, just to see all those old, really, really old buildings which witnessed so much history. If you like history, for example, I really love the Roman Empire and everything which is connected to that. And it's Italy. It's one of a really beautiful country. It has a lot to give. So yeah.
Yeah.
Next one. What's your favorite place in the world to live in, and why?
Portugal is just straight answer. Portugal is a place that I've been to so many times on family holidays. Great memories, and I still go back there to this day. And it's the reason for it is it's only a 3-hour flight from Glasgow, so it's close enough. I love Dubai as well, but it's a hell of a trip. Whereas Portugal, you're just on the plane, you're off the plane. The weather is amazing, but the big thing for me is I feel comfortable there in Portugal. I know a lot of the kind of local things in the place that the area I go to. And I think for me and my family, that's important too, is because we know where the pubs are, where the shopping malls are, all this stuff that we want to do. We know where that is in Portugal. And I think for me, that is comforting, and it's very warm a lot of the year, and the people are so friendly that there's never trouble, or certainly not from what I've seen anyway in my experience. No trouble. So I think for me, as a family, we want to go somewhere where we understand it, where it's warm, where there's no trouble, it's peaceful, it's not too crowded, and all of these things, because I do not like super crowded places. So New York, for example, stunning place. However, the amount of people and how busy it is makes me angry. That is not something I like. So Portugal, for all of the reasons, is my favorite place in the world, and it's always been a dream to potentially move there. Unfortunately, though, my wife will not move away from Scotland. A lot of people ask me, they see me on social media and they're like, where do you actually stay? And I'm like, still in Scotland. And they're like, really? But my wife has a big family, and they're all close, and yeah, I'll probably never get the dream of staying abroad, but I love home as well. So, but Portugal would be the dream place.
Never say never. And by the way, I live in Portugal.
Oh, really? Whereabouts?
I live in Lisbon. Now I will move my apartment to Porto, where it's a good friend of mine as well. Well, I stay a lot of months every year there. I spend a few months a year there, and then I typically spend summer in Romania, and the cold period either in Portugal, either in Gran Canaria, Spain, which I like better.
I like Gran Canaria as well.
It's really nice, and I speak Italian and I speak Spanish. For me, it's easier to speak Spanish than Portuguese.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. When it comes to people, when it comes to the places, it's a great country. It's a place where many expats and also people working in this industry, affiliate and digital marketing, go and spend a lot of time. Some of them just moved there. There are a lot of meetups, especially in big cities like Lisbon. Meetups or any industry. It can be crypto, blockchain, affiliate marketing. So you can make friends really fast. It's a nice place. I really like it as well. So yeah, maybe you can find a deal with your wife where Okay, we stay in Scotland between April to October, then we go to Portugal a few months.
You never know. Never say never, like you say.
Yeah. Oh, and we're done. Congratulations.
That was
I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I didn't put you in difficulty with the random questions.
no, it's enjoyable. It's nice to have some different questions. Normally, you get the usual garbage, but there was some interesting and fun things in there. So yeah, it was good.
I told you that I will not ask the typical questions. Beside one that just end up there.
Yeah,
But yeah. So guys, thank you for being with us. Craig, thank you for being with us today. Thank you for coming to Milan. Um, I have really enjoyed this podcast with you. The past three podcasts I did were all with girls, so now I'm kind of getting into the man mentality again. So I like that. I love to have this diversity, and I hope that our followers will also enjoy this. Guys, before we leave, please follow, like, help us grow this channel. Uh, my dream is to reach Craig's Campbell followers, but a few thousands will be nice for me. So yeah, thank you for coming, Craig. If you want to say something in the enclosure, please go ahead.
not just if anyone wants to follow me, you can just search for Craig Campbell SEO. You'll find me on YouTube, social media, my website, whatever. And I'm always available if you have any questions or whatever it may be, just reach out to me. But I don't have much to sell. So, yeah, hopefully I can add
Friendly hello. A friendly hello. If you want a direct link, by the way, if you go on the Affiliate Expo website, you will see Craig's face. Click on him, and you will see the social media just linked under. By the way, you need to send me a logo that I can put under your name.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it right now.
Thank you for coming again. Thank you for accepting the invitation to the podcast, Craig, and see you soon in Milan.
No worries. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Cheers.